Hi, it's Jim, and this is going to be a bit of a rambly update, I'm afraid, but I wanted to talk to you about my typical working week on the Developing Your Creative Practice project that I'm doing, which I'm kind of dubbing More Boats. So it's nearly coming to a close. It's been an amazing few months, and I've learnt a lot. One of the things that I have learnt is a lot about time management, because I went back and looked at my application last week, and I saw that I had budgeted for 20 half days each month, and that's what I had taken as my artist's fee, was work for 20 half days. However, I've been doing 5-day weeks, and they haven't been quite full days because I've been, looking after kids and stuff, but often they are full days. And certainly I'm working more than 20 half days a month. I'm doing 5 days a week, at least 6 hours a day. And something I've really learned is actually I need to value my time and what I'm doing a lot more. And what I had done is I was thinking, when I made the application, I was thinking about how much do I need to cover my bills and my overheads, just to give me time to be able to create. And I came up with the number, and then I split it into hours, and it's been all right. We've made that work, but I do realise now that I'm at the end of the project, that actually things have been quite tight, and it has been an added stressor and a worry which needn't have been there had I been more upfront with myself about how much work I'd be doing. So that's something that I'm learning for future projects and things, just to value my own time more. So I want to talk to you about this week just gone, as sort of randomly selected typical week, so you can get an idea of what I've been doing. On Monday of this week, I dropped my kids off at school at about 8:30 in the morning, took the 10-minute walk back to the house, opened up my laptop, and then I was there till about 2:30, just working on spreadsheets, going through all my receipts and comparing it with my budget, making sure everything was in line and as expected, because I'm not planning to spend any more money on the project, significant amounts of money anyway. So I knew that I could almost wrap that up and put a bow on it and know that it would be done. So I was doing that on Monday, and that took all day on administrative tasks, which was boring. But it certainly is, it's a realistic part of the project, is the time you spend doing admin, things like blog posts as well. I registered a website, jimlocky.com, where I've been trying to keep people updated with what's been going on. And so there's a bit of time spent there as well, those kinds of admin-y things, designing posters and flyers and that kind of stuff. Tuesday this week, I was sanding all day long. So one of the things I've been doing for this project is trying to learn as much as I can. And one of the ways I've been doing that is that I have bought a kit boat, and in between making my own work, I've been working on that kit. And the idea is that it's not to be shown, it's not a work as such, but it's something I can build to kind of learn techniques and things. It's taken a long time, partly because it is just, that's how long it takes. It's a lot of work, and partly because it's not the easiest kit in the world. I have some complaints about the kit, but that's not what the video is about. I'm looking this way because it's out there in my garden drying right now, covered in clamps as I try to put the gunnels on. Anyhow, on Tuesday I was sanding the two halves of the boat down, and it did take the best part of the day, because it's 10 feet long, so it takes a lot of sanding and a lot of time. And that was, I think that really shows something actually quite typical of creating the kind of work that I'm creating at the moment, is it's easy to kind of come up with it with the idea and see how I'm going to get there, but the process of getting there is often long and laborious. So a full 6 hours sanding, and I think back to kind of February, mid-February to mid-March, I spent that whole period just collecting milk bottles and washing them out and ironing them together to make a 2 metre by 4 metre sheet, which was several hundred bottles to make, and took days and days and days and days and days to make. And that's a very, that can be disheartening sometimes, because it feels like you're working really hard but not achieving very much, and you just kind of have to trust that it's going to get there in the end. So Tuesday was one of those days. On Wednesday, I was back outside again working on the boat, where I was fiberglassing the sides, which was something new, something that I'm learning about, and placing strips on the outside to are called rubbing strips, is kind of just to help strengthen it and stuff. But getting them on is a bit of a process in itself, so that took a bit of learning. So that took about half a day, because then you have to just leave the epoxy to dry, and there wasn't much I could do. So then I started working on some tripod stands for the boat. So I have a exhibition coming up in which I'm going to be displaying the boats used in the performances as kind of artifacts, as documents in themselves. And I don't want to be just placing them straight on the floor. And so it really is a problem of display, something I've been thinking about, sketching about for a few weeks, that I've not come around to the point of resolving yet, and that was what I was doing in the afternoon. So you'll see pictures of that on the website, on jimlockey.com, if you want to find out what those tripods that I've made. They're looking really nice. I think they should recede enough to really show off the boat, and also elevates the boats to a point where people can see all the way around them and such, which is particularly important for the work Imagined Heritage, where there is painting, on the underside as well, which people won't be able to see unless it's elevated. So I'm really pleased with how that's turned out. And we should go back to Tuesday evening, actually, because there was more on Tuesday. So I did the 5 or 6 hours sanding on Tuesday, and then in the evening I did some sketchbook work, and also spent a good hour composing an email for my mailing list. One of the other things I've been trying to learn with this project is how to promote myself, get myself out, name out there, let people know what I'm doing, allow those audience that is invested in my projects, give them a means of knowing what's going on, which is something I've not been good at previously, and something I wanted to learn. And a mailing list is part of how I'm addressing that, and so I was working on that for an hour as well. Yes, so I think a blog post went up on Tuesday as well, so there's kind of a good couple of hours work Tuesday evening, sketchbook work and such, which all it all counts, doesn't it? So that's Monday, 6 hours, Tuesday nigh on 8 hours, Wednesday was another 5-6 hour day, and today is Thursday. And on Thursday I've been working again on the boats. I'll tell you what, why don't we have a quick look at them? It's more interesting than looking at me. So there's all the clamps on the kit boat. Another piece of the kit on the floor. I've been working on these this morning. Learning about epoxy and stuff, and practicing and getting angry with that boat. It's taking a frustratingly long time for something that's not going to be shown. But you just have to trust that you're learning stuff from it. So that took us to about midday, and now we're making this video, and this is kind of mostly just for me. It's about having a document of what's been going on, and so that I can make a good assessment of how I've been doing. It may be that people from the Arts Council watch this. Hello Arts Council, thanks Arts Council. But yeah, it's about my keeping that record. Things for the rest of the day is I need to make another tripod stand. So I've come up with the design. Each boat needs 2 tripods. I've made 1, so I need to make 3 more. I'll probably work on that a bit tonight. And what else will I be doing? There was something else in my head. Ah, yes. So recently I've been researching a game called the Royal Game of, found all these interesting correspondences with my boats, and it seems like a way forward, a way to get to the next, what I'm doing after this project. And it's one of my avenues. So I've been working on that. I'll probably be working on that this evening. Starting by building a game board and stuff. There's loads of really interesting stuff about that, but I don't want to talk about it in this video because this video is just about my hours and such. In fact, as I come to think of it, speaking of thinking of ways to bring the project forward to the future and things, there's actually more stuff I've been doing this week. So I've been sending out emails. One of the things that I want to do beyond this project is pursue the idea of a nomadic boat, a pilgrimage with no destination. These are themes that have come out of the works that I've made for this project, and you'll know about them if you've looked for my website and sketchbook and such. But I'm looking into developing that work, finding organisations willing to partner with the work, commission the work. So a lot of emails have been going out this week as well. And so that is something else that happens that, maybe it's an hour's work, but it happens throughout the week. Yeah, and then tomorrow, Friday, I'll be on these boats again, getting them a lot further along and ready to turn into something. I don't know, I think I might actually be able to, once they're finished, donor them up and turn them into a work. So it's good practice, but also will have some material outcome as well. This is a very rambly video, but I thought it would be easier than writing something down. Maybe I was wrong. No one needs to watch this except me, so it's fine. Okay, bye.